Startling America, BTS's Jin becomes the first to win the world's most prestigious award. Is it possible for an artist from South Korea to shake up the United States and the international world with an unprecedented achievement? This question has now found its answer after shocking news arrived. Seokjin, or Jin from BTS, has succeeded in becoming the first person to win one of the world's most prestigious awards. A historic milestone that not only places his name at the top of the global music industry, but also changes the public's view of Asian popular culture. This success immediately became the main highlight of international media. The United States, which for decades has dominated the prestigious awards stage, seems incredulous that a singer from Korea could break through that dominance. Jin not only appeared as a candidate, but actually went home with a victory. This fact raises a big question. What makes Jin's achievement so phenomenal that it places him as the first among the ranks of world stars? The answer lies in the combination of dedication, consistency, and global appeal that Jin possesses. For years, he has been known not only as the vocalist of BTS, but also as a cultural icon who carries messages of hard work, courage, and hope. Through his golden voice, energetic stage performances, and humble attitude outside the spotlight, Jin has managed to build an undeniable reputation. Industry experts call this success concrete evidence that music and art can transcend the boundaries of language, geography, and stereotypes. American media wrote with a tone of surprise, calling this achievement a revolutionary moment in global entertainment history. They even asserted that Jin's victory marks the end of an era in which only artists from the West dominated these prestigious awards. Not a few famous music critics admit that Jin has opened new doors for Asian musicians to be accepted on an equal footing on the international stage. This is not just a personal victory, but a symbol of a shift in the current in the world's cultural industry. The public's response was extraordinary. ARMY, the term for BTS fans, flooded social media with millions of uploads within hours of the victory announcement. Hashtags related to Jin's name and the award he won immediately topped global trending topics. Even the general public who previously did not know BTS gave attention, as if realizing that the entertainment world is now experiencing a paradigm shift. Is this a sign that the dominance of Western music will slowly be replaced by the strength of Asia? That question continues to echo in various discussion forums. The impact of Jin's victory was also felt in the industrial sector. Music companies, international labels, and digital platforms are said to be starting to change their strategies. Jin's success is believed to be strong evidence that the global audience is now more open to cultural diversity. Analysts assess that this victory can trigger a domino effect that encourages more Asian artists to dare to appear on the world stage. In other words, Jin is not only making history for himself, but also paving the way for the next generation of artists. However, what makes this achievement even more shocking is the fact that Jin is the first person in the world to win the award in a category that has always been dominated by Western artists. This is proof that real change is taking place before our eyes. America, which has been known as the center of the global entertainment industry, must now admit that their stage is no longer theirs alone. The world has changed, and Jin stands at the forefront of that change. Not a few parties are still surprised and even skeptical. Is this victory purely because of Jin's quality, or are there other factors that support it? This question provokes heated debate among observers. However, one thing is undeniable. Jin has made history, and that history cannot be erased. This big surprise is like a reminder that every hard effort, when combined with talent and sincerity, is able to penetrate the barriers that have been considered impossible. Jin's victory is not just an entertainment event. He is a symbol of the shift in global cultural power, a symbol of the birth of a new era in which Asia is no longer underestimated, and a symbol that the hard work of an individual is able to shake up the structures that have been established so far. America is surprised, the world is also stunned, and history now writes the name of Jin BTS as a pioneer. The question is the world ready to welcome more surprises after this? Continuation of the article. Startling America, BTS's Jin becomes the first to win the world's most prestigious award. However, behind the fanfare of the news of Jin BTS's victory, a deeper question arises. Can we really trust all the information circulating? Or is this just one of many narratives deliberately formed to steal public attention? This question becomes even more relevant when we realize that most of the news comes from social media sources such as TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, platforms that often prioritize viral speed over factual accuracy. Why are we so easily carried away in the euphoria of news that has not necessarily been verified? Is it because the big name of Jin BTS is so captivating, or because we as an audience are used to receiving sensational news without having time to test its truth? These questions should bother our hearts. Isn't it more dangerous when the news we believe turns out to be just fabrication? Let's reflect together. Is it true that Jin has won the most prestigious award in the world? Or is there a possibility that this narrative is just the result of media manipulation to boost public attention? If the award is real, why is there no concrete evidence from official institutions or international award bodies that confirm it? Conversely, if this news is false, who benefits from the spread of this kind of issue? Isn't that question worth asking before swallowing every piece of information whole? Social media is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it gives us quick access to the latest information. But on the other hand, it also becomes a fertile space for the birth of twisted news. Is it possible that Jin BTS's victory is just an edited video clip that is deliberately polished to look convincing? Or maybe just speculation exaggerated by fans until it finally forms an alternative truth? If so, how can we distinguish fact from fantasy? We need to remember that the global entertainment industry is very vulnerable to image games. It is not uncommon for companies, agencies, or even large media outlets to use sensationalism to attract attention. Then, is Jin's victory an authentic fact or part of a massive marketing strategy? Is it possible that there is a commercial interest behind this news that is deliberately directed to build global exposure? The next question is more provocative. Are we, as an audience, actually being exploited? While we are busy talking about Jin's victory, are there other more important issues that escape our attention? Is it possible that this news functions as a public distraction, diverting attention from global events that are actually more urgent? Let's think again. Isn't this phenomenon similar to how political or social hoax news is often packaged so neatly that it seems true? If so, is it possible that Jin's case is just an entertainment version of the same practice? This question is certainly not pleasant, but it is important for us to ask so that we are not trapped in the trap of pseudo-information. Then, how should we behave? Is it better for us to just believe it in order to enjoy the euphoria, or should we be skeptical and demand concrete evidence? Isn't a critical attitude the wisest middle ground? We can still appreciate Jin BTS as a talented artist, while still waiting for official verification from credible institutions or media. That way, we don't lose our sense of awe, but we are also not blind to the possibility of information manipulation.